What's up, guys? Welcome to the Half Amazing TV YouTube channel. I am Johnny Fontana and I'll be bringing to you nightclub tips, news, tutorials, and of course disagreements.
We're just some men that's on the mic, and when we rock up on the mic, we rock the mic.
Johnny Fontana, Half Amazing TV, bringing to you my first tutorial. It's an actual transition mix tutorial, alright? And before we get into that, I just want to get ahead and give you some class time before, then we'll get ahead and show you the mix. I won't be talking, and it'll just be just a video and me having some annotations of what's going on so you have a good understanding, alright? So let's break it down. This mix, it's called the double impact loop, all right? And it's the double impact in terms of that it creates a certain impact and tension, okay, as you are at the club, okay, and also it employs two types of abilities: the technical aspect and also the emotional, the ability for you to relate to the crowd. Okay, so let's get ahead and start with the technical first. All right, it's not in any particular order, but you know, you can get ahead and put them in as you see fit. All right, number one, as far as the technical difficulty on a scale from 1 to 5, it's about a 3.5 because there's so many things involved, not only technical but being able to relate to the crowd as well, and also leading the crowd as opposed to just being a reader of the crowd, right? You gotta use your tools, whatever you have. If you're using a laptop, controller, whatever that you have available to make that transition or that mix, okay, as smooth as possible, okay, so you don't have to throw up prayers and stuff like that. You know, you just gotta use it. Number three, pre-edits, okay, are common. Rockey Bellini, he actually did the edit for one of the tracks, and what it is that we just rearranged the actual track and placed the second breakdown with the first, and we added a filtered kick just for that added effect. So it was just it's the same track, but we just sort of rearranged it just to fit this particular mix. But it doesn't only have it. You can take this mix or this track and apply the same technique to another track as well. So it's just not limited to just pairing these two songs. I guess it's going to be two songs, okay? Also, it's EQ mixing as well. I prefer, because I do house music, I like the rotary mixers. So when I mix, I usually kill all the EQs and EQ mix from there, as opposed to bringing the fader up and applying. I think everything just comes in too hard, so I like to kill everything and allow everything to just take its course. You have to now know your music, obviously, okay? Especially with the pre-editing, you got to know your music, know the structure of your songs, and have that timing, okay? You're gonna have the timing because it's about creating that tension, that impact, okay? Also, you have to understand sonic pairing. It's not something that you're just gonna take any song to. You have to understand. You gotta know your music, know what music goes together sonically, so that it's appealing, that it's not clashing and so forth. All right. That's about it for the technical aspect. Okay. Now for the actual, the emotional, the relationship. Now, it's like I said, it's a double impact loop. Okay. So you can use this now to sort of create a tension and create that segue. So if let's say you've been beating up the crowd really hard, and you want to segue and maybe just start heading down, maybe because the night's about to end, or you want to start feeding the bar, whatever, then you can use this in order to create that segue. Or if you want to kick it up a notch, you can use it as well. I would not advise you using it more than twice in 1 hour, because like I said, it's an impact move, trick, whatever you want to call it. And if you do it more than twice in an hour, people are gonna sort of anticipate that, and the whole novelty is just gonna run out. Okay, you want to be able to use different mixes as well. Okay. Eye contact. Eye contact when you are creating this mix, like I said, it's a whole lot going on. It's like a 3.5, 5 to for other people, but for me, it's a 3.5 on a scale from 1 to 5 in terms of difficulty, because you have so many things going on. You have to create eye contact, and what I mean, you got to create eye contact because you have to now lead. There's this misconception that everyone thinks that it's only about technical and reading the crowd and reacting to situations. Yes, that's great. But as you would find out, that as you DJ long enough, when you are opening up the night, you have to do a higher percentage of reading, maybe like 65-70% of reading, and maybe 30 to 40% of leading. Whereas now, if you are now a guest DJ, or if you were in your prime and people come out and they pay good money to come see you, or they fly you out to entertain their crowd, then now you become the leader now. So you do more leading and less reading, okay? Because when you read, you are reacting to the crowd, and now you become a follower. Whereas when you now lead the crowd, they react, you're being proactive, and they react to you. Okay, that's basically how it's supposed to run, especially when you're being paid, okay, money to entertain guests. It's like art, it's like a singer's, whatever. You provide that form of entertainment. A lot of people, for some reason, they just don't put that together, but that's what you're doing. If you're creating sound and creating a journey, you're actually leading the crowd, and you have to have these leadership qualities as well. Okay, so you got to create eye contact. You have to set it up, let them know what's going on, because if not, then everyone's just going to keep doing what they're doing. Especially if you are a good mixer, if you're good and you're on point, people are going to think it's part of the song. So you have to create that tension, let them know exactly what's going on, and sort of give them the cues as well, because you're leading them. All right. What else is there? I think we covered it all. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and get back into it. Okay. I'm gonna use 2 tracks. One is going to be the copyright Wise Man. I want to give a shout out to Gavin. He okayed the track to be used on YouTube, and also another one by Muzzaik called "Work It." Okay. They're both house tracks, more like a sort of percussive triangle, vocally, got some good melody, and they're very impact tracks, okay? So I guess let's get right to it, Johnny Fontana. And remember, guys, when you're doing this, right, you gotta feel the music, you gotta lead the crowd. There's no tension, you have to be focused, and you have to hit the mark, you gotta hit the money. It's not, it's kind of hard, because I don't use cue points. I don't set them up pre. I mean, I just do it on the fly. So you have to be able to, and you're not always gonna hit it on the money all the time. But when you know your music, and when you do it often, you'll realize that you can take these loops, and watch your slipping of the actual of the tracks. Okay, keep them on point. Make sure you always checking levels, keeping eye contact, okay, and you're leading the crowd, okay, because what happens is that if you want to take them a different direction, or if you want to start feeding the bar, or if the night's closing and you want to start going towards like a darker after-hour set, then you need something in order to create that diversion or that segue. Or if you want to just kick it up a notch, like if you say you're on level 3 and you want to go to level 4, level 5, then you can use this to sort of bring it up a notch. All right. So Johnny Fontana, let's do this.
Wake me from this dream. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Fucking thing sucks.